Hi, folks. It's been a while since we sat down and talked about some of my opinions about what's happening in the world today. Today, I'm going to talk about violence in America with guns. And yes, it's a topic that everybody's talking about. They have protests. The last big protest they had in this country was about abortion. But now we're talking about people who are protesting about gun violence, and they should be. And right here in Texas, we had that horrific shooting in Uvalde, Texas, where 19 children were killed. Second, third, fourth graders were killed in their elementary school, along with two of their teachers. The gunman who killed them was only 18 years old. He purchased two AR 15 assault weapons on his 18th birthday, just a few days before he went out and shot up that school. Now, the problems that I have with this are number. There are a number of problems. We can talk about the police and their lack of going into the building. They were 19 police officers in the hallway where the gunman was held up with a classroom full of children and two teachers, and they were begging the police to come in, but the police wouldn't go in. They waited an hour until they actually breached the room and shot and killed the offender. Now, that's one thing. And I can understand what people were saying. Why didn't they go in? But they should have gone in. They should have. But I've also heard that the police felt that they were outgunned by one man who had two assault weapons, and he had a vest and he had armor around him. So he was fit to go ahead and kill people and possibly some police. Two police officers were wounded, but they were not prepared to deal with that. The problem is not so much being prepared, and we shouldn't harden schools like all of the pundits are saying now. The one thing we should do is make it so that an 18-year-old on his birthday cannot go into a gun shop and buy an AR 15, 1,600 rounds of ammunition plus more of that, and 60 magazines. And what are you going to do with that? What hunter is going to buy all of that ammunition and all of those magazines to go out and hunt? Of course, with body armor as well. That's the problem. And the United States Senate, and I love Steve Kerr because, he was talking about it's not about the basketball. It's not about this. He says we have 50 senators who refuse to vote on the most popular thing that 95% of the Americans want, and that's universal background checks before you buy a gun. And the senators that are doing that, they're all Republican. And I don't understand how people can still vote for people who actually agree with an 18-year-old to buy a firearm, especially an AR-15, and then go out and mass kill other children, because 18 years old, you're still a child yourself. Okay, that seems to bother me. And the other thing is how Governor Abbott here in Texas, where I live, and I know I'm not going to vote for him this time around. I didn't vote for him before because I wasn't here in time. But where I live, he is saying the problem is not in the guns. He went 3 days after the shooting to a convention of the National Rifle Association and was just talking about how good the NRA was and how things were and asking for them to pray for the families of those children that were killed. They should also pray that they should get some common sense in the legislation we have here in Texas. Make it so that you can't be on your 18th birthday and buy two assault weapons and go and do what you want to do. United States senators, you need to go ahead and do the right thing. And just to prove, if anything else, just universal background checks for everyone. This kid had a very, very, very terrible Instagram postings that he had on his Instagram. And if he'd done the proper background checkings, he never would have got those weapons on his 18th birthday. And there's so much more that I need to say, but I'm just getting upset thinking about all the things that they're doing and how the Republicans in this country love their guns. And I'm not against guns. I have a gun myself. I have a Glock 17. Okay, it's a good gun. I like it, and I go practicing with it. But I keep it locked. I keep it secure, but I'm not just wielding it around. But in Texas, they want everybody to have a gun and do whatever they want. And we've seen more police officers shot and killed by people who are just walking around with guns. So Governor Abbott and the Senate here in Texas, as well as the U.S. Senate, take another look at what you're doing about gun safety here in this state and in this country. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm getting way too emotional about this. And we will pray for those children, and we will pray for the 10 people who were killed in Buffalo, New York. And like they say, there's going to be more. Well, that's all I have for now. If you agree with me, just give me a thumbs up. If you don't, well, tell me what you think and put it in the comments section. We'll see you on the next time.